Earlier today, I was responding to some comments. There were a few remarks on an episode of the Peter Shit Show, as I like to call it. It's Peter Schiff, but I call it the Peter Shit Show. Peter was talking about the obvious signs of a recession, and one of Peter's subscribers had commented on, who cares, maybe a lot of people have given up on finances and want to enjoy a better quality of life, which in some ways might be good. We might end up overthrowing the financial system, right? That's how I like to view it. But then he mentioned that that's probably why alcohol sales are up. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you drink your life away? And I mean, for me, myself, personally, all the alcohol I've ever drank could probably fit in my hand. That's how little I've drank, because it's just a waste. I'd rather be writing computer games. I'd rather be out here in the Desert Botanical Garden networking with people. I'd rather be going to a board game meetup. Anything else besides drinking, right? I just don't understand. When I hear news about people who drink and drive, I really have no sympathy, because do anything else and drive, right? Drive to the Desert Botanical Garden. Just don't drink and drive, right? I just don't understand it. It's just a waste. If you think about how many days we have in a lifetime, it's not that many, right? 20,000, and you want to waste a few of those drinking? Really? I mean, just think of it. Imagine it were money, right? If you had $20,000, you don't want you want to make every one of those count, right? So it's just really stupid that drinking is the first thing that comes to mind. I remember the first week of quarantine, I had gone to the grocery store to buy toilet paper and other stuff, and the beer aisle was a mess. People were grabbing beer left and right, and in fact, they were in such a hurry. There were broken bottles on the floor, sticky messes on the floor. But you know what? Nobody wanted Corona beer. That's how dumb the average drinking population is, right? They think that the virus is named after the beer it came from, right? And I just don't understand. Anyway, so unfortunately, I relapsed with no FAP, but I got 2 days under my belt again, and I no longer want to FAP. The reason being that I realize there's other things to enjoy in life. I think the reason I relapsed a couple days ago was because I felt such a good sense of romance and belonging here in the Phoenix area. I had gone to my favorite restaurant here in the Desert Botanical Garden, the Gertrude's restaurant. I had gotten accepted at work for who I was. I had gotten a couple accommodations that I didn't expect to go very well. I had wanted to view an apartment, and I got the morning off to do that. I had asked for a day off to see the opposition of Jupiter, and it went without a hitch. And from my past experience in Seattle, it hasn't worked that way. I think part of the reason it went without a hitch was because I wasn't nervous about it. I wasn't anxious to get out of there to masturbate or to binge eat or to drink Corona beer. I never had a drinking problem, but I wasn't anxious to get out of there to do something. I used to have that kind of problem. 3 years ago today, I had 3 addictions: binge eating, masturbating, and writing computer games, among other things. And they constrained me, because I would think the end of the workday is here and I can't wait to get out the door. My boss has one last thing to talk to me about. I'm not in the right frame of mind, right? You're talking to your boss, staring at the clock, thinking, when can I get out of here to masturbate? It really does wonders to your performance. It really does. At a meeting, or I would think that the day is over. I can't wait to get my favorite food. Or another way this would ruin my day was just before work, I want to get my favorite food and it's sold out because there's a pandemic, panic shopping, or any number of things, right? I'm in the middle of eating my favorite food, just immersed in my own experience, my own little world, and my boss wants to come talk to me. Those things used to throw me. And you think that's a minor thing. It's not. Having a constraint like that just puts an anchor on your life, on what you can do. It's almost like having a disability. Well, actually it is. It's almost like if you're working in a physically straining job and you have pains in various places in your body, except this is more like a mental pain, right? Why would you want to do that? There's life outside of drinking. There's life outside of eating. There's life outside of masturbating. There's life outside of all this nonsense, right? Go out there and network with the right people.